I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
This is intense.
This music,
Right? It's so fitting.
It's kind of lit.
It's
I'm
honestly
just saying.
perfect.
It's so perfect.
Oh my goodness. We're so excited to be here. Welcome you guys to the Devs After Show on AfterBuzz TV. I am one of your hosts, Tyler Simone, and to my left, I have Miss Ashley Dior.
It's just us girls today.
It's just us.
Just us girls.
Yeah. Shout out to Ben and Rob. We'll see you guys next week.
Miss you.
Yeah, we miss you, but we'll hold it down.
Oh, yes. No doubts about that.
No
especially
doubts
with
about
this show.
that. Exactly. We thank you guys for joining us today. Make sure you leave us comments throughout the show. We want to know what you think. What are your overall thoughts of this episode?
Holy macaroni. Holy macaroni. So we're
That's
just going to
accurate.
briefly go over episode 2, but
Yes,
the
you're
majority
right.
of the show is going to be episode 3 based.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, people have been talking about the show throughout the studio, and people are freaking in love with Devs. I mean,
know,
people
I know.
are like wishing they were in here with us.
I know.
Right?
Everyone's jealous of our after show.
But the show is in freaking incredible. What did you
It's
think
so
about
incredible.
episode 2? What did you think about
Episode
episode 2
two.
first?
Episode 2, I started to get a feel for what was going on. I was a little bit less confused.
Same.
And as we got into episode 3, a little less confused. Things are starting to make more sense. I'm following along. But episode 3, I'm even more excited now, more invested than I was last week.
Same.
Oh my gosh.
It's just getting better and better.
It is.
It's getting better and better, more intense, and so many turns and twists, and like I still don't know exactly what's going on, to be
Not
perfectly honest, but I know a little bit more than I knew last week, and
Exactly.
hopefully next week I'll know a little bit more than I did this week.
right.
But
Progress.
yeah, that's all we
Progress.
ask for.
Yes, exactly. Oh,
Okay.
you guys, definitely stay tuned until the end of this show, because Sergei's character recently had an interview with TV Line, and he explained exactly what it is he saw on that computer screen before he went into the bathroom and threw up. And we're all wondering what it is.
What did he see?
Right.
We're gonna
See?
tell you.
I know.
Well, Tyler's gonna
We're
tell
gonna we're gonna tell you. But first, let's go over episode 2.
Yes.
So episode 2, we started at the crime scene. So this is after Sergei committed suicide, quotations, because obviously,
Right. We know
you
what really went down.
Yeah. We know. And we started to figure out, okay, Amaya is Forrest's daughter. We found that out. And Millie meets the Russian intelligence, Anton. He was a nice guy, but he kind of creeped me out at first.
I mean, he's like a Russian spy lord. Like,
He
yeah,
is.
he was pretty freaky. I mean, the fact that Jamie cracked the code, number one.
Yes.
Freaking what a great ex-boyfriend, right?
I
to do
know,
do that for you.
Jamie.
So cool, so sweet.
I know.
And then I like the part where he talks to, oh my gosh, what's her name? Lily, and was like, I know you. And I know the type of person you are, and I know you didn't just look at those text messages. You
I knew.
definitely replied. And of
Yeah.
course she did.
Oh, she did.
And not only did she reply, she went and met this man.
Oh my goodness.
I was
she
really
did.
shocked that she went and met this guy. What did you think?
I was on the edge of my seat while she was messaging this person back. I'm just,
It was wild.
when she got the address, I was like, oh my
And
God,
then it
she's gonna
deleted.
go.
It just everything just deleted. I was like, uh-oh, we are in trouble, girls.
I would have fainted.
But I mean, this girl, she gets it.
She gets
she's
it.
gonna find out. She is a boss.
She's a boss. She's not
Okay?
scared.
I appreciate that in this like
Me
very
too.
tech world that Lily kind of runs it. Like
She does.
She's smart. She's ambitious. She like goes for after what she wants. I'm a fan of hers.
I know.
We're gonna talk
She's
about
great.
MVPs later, so maybe
I know.
maybe Liz might be MVP
She-
again.
She could be our MVP every week, apparently.
I mean, hey, if she keeps up the good work,
yeah. We'll see.
we'll see.
Also, okay, so episode 2, we saw the first projection, which
Yes.
is Jesus Christ.
I was like, they brought my Jesus into this.
Jesus.
I was like, first of all, wait, what's happening here?
I
I saw
know.
Jesus. I was like, okay, wait, what's going on?
What is going on?
What is going on? I
Were we
know.
looking at Jesus on the actual cross?
I think so. I think that's.
I
what
was
we were
creeped
looking at.
out.
Yeah, it was wild. I was shocked. I was not expecting that moment. I was like, it could be anything else, but that.
I know, right? And we talked about this last week, but the music, it really intensifies these scenes. I was like, oh my God, that's Jesus Christ. So
And I loved
intense.
how they were all watching and like seeing it come together and like, come on, baby. And
Yeah.
then Like, that was just,
Right.
old school versus new school. But, like, watching to see what it was and then finally seeing it, I was like,
I know, right?
What did they do?
I know. It's getting good.
Yeah.
Also, okay, at the very end, before episode 2 is over, Kenton kills Anton.
Yes.
Kenton's over killing.
I think it's like he kills for sport at this point. It's really weird. But that was probably the one scene where I was like, okay, that took way too long.
It was
like,
a long
you guys are two, like,
scene.
men of a certain age. Like, why did it take so long to, like, for one of you to kill the other one? And, like, he's Anton? Anton, is that his name?
I think it's Anton.
Anton.
Something like
he's
that.
He's a freaking spy. Like, you had to have known he was following you into the garage. Like,
I think he knew.
Okay, so you think he knew.
I
just think he would have taken different precautions. Like, he would have turned it around sooner.
Me too.
You know?
I wrote that in my notes. I was like, I would have said something, you know, why are you following me?
For sure.
But he didn't.
But I thought it was interesting, too, how I wasn't expecting him to be looking at Lily and Anton meeting.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, Kenton's there? He followed her?
I know.
I was so shocked. I was like, oh, he's for real.
Yeah. I'm on the fence with Kenton because I can tell that he's not interested in he doesn't want to kill anyone.
What?
Okay, so remember when
Kenton.
I have not a soft spot for him, but I'm like, he doesn't want to be doing this.
He doesn't?
Because, remember.
Tyler, he wants to be doing this.
No,
he loves every bit of it.
Remember when they were in the garage and he was like, please, like, leave Lily alone. She's innocent. This wasn't a part of the plan in a sense. So I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't want to kill anybody.
Remember what the Russian guy said after that? He was like, oh yeah, this is what you Americans do to try to, like, cover up your wrongdoings. Like, I get you. Look,
I don't know.
I don't trust Kenton as far as I can throw him. He is a bad guy.
He is a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
He's a murderer.
Yeah, he murders people, like lots of them, and follows them into garages.
I know.
I don't see any good in him.
Yeah, Kenton, I don't know about you. We'll figure you out a little bit more later. Okay, let's move on to episode 3 because the things started to get really good. Okay.
Juicy in episode 3.
In episode 3, we start off seeing the fuzzy projection, and they call it fuzzy because it's not super clear. We're working on things.
Exactly.
But
what did we see?
We saw Jesus again.
Yeah, we saw Jesus. We saw the Salem witch trials.
We did. Okay,
right?
so that's what that was.
Wow. Because you saw the woman burning and then the men all behind her. Yes. So I was like, oh, it's the Salem witch trials.
That didn't make sense to me, but thank you.
That's my guess.
That's your guess?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then we saw a group of men, which is that. And then there was this applause. And then we saw Amaya blowing bubbles again. So we saw her. And then we saw Lily putting the sign in the window.
We did. But don't forget, we also saw Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio.
Right. We did.
Having sex.
It was pretty vivid.
Yes. I was like, is that who I think it is? Are they doing what I think they're doing? How did this come about? I was really shocked.
Yeah. And then it's so weird because Katie, remember she walked in, she's like, of course you guys use this for porn.
Men.
Right, men. Purrs. Just nasty. So if they can see 2,000 years back, okay, no, they can travel back in time to any time within 2,000 years.
That's what it seems like.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. But getting back to what? Forrest, he explains.
Forrest explains, he explains what it is. He says that they're developing this prediction algorithm. So being able to predict, things like the weather, but I'm assuming on a greater scale.
Yeah.
What did you think about when you heard his explanation for what it is that they're doing? Because I was confused because we have that now. We can predict the weather, on our phones and things. How did
That's true. So like I said in last week's episode, I thought that the projection was supposed to predict what happens in the future.
Yeah.
So as the old saying goes, you've got to know what you did in the past so you can know what you can do in the future. So I think that the algorithm prediction is just, I think it can extend to the future. I mean, I guess I could have saved that for predictions, but I think not only will it show you the past, but it'll also show you the future. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, but who knows at this point?
Yeah, who knows? And if it can predict the future, show you what's going to happen in the future, how do you know that what you're doing at this moment will actually get you there? Because if I see a prediction or something showing me that I'm going to get married, it's like, well, where do I meet this guy? Like, how do I make this thing happen?
I have no idea. That's a whole different.
I mean, it's like, okay,
But
they
I
can
get
see. I don't know.
But my question is, how are they putting the pieces of the puzzle into place for the past? Like, what do you guys at home understand what's happening? Like, how do they know what Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe were doing in their bedroom? Like, how do they know that? Because
and how
I don't understand.
How was it recorded? Maybe that's it. Okay, so if Marilyn Monroe and Arthur are having sex.
Oh yeah, it's Arthur. I'm sorry, not Joe. I'm sorry about that.
Same thing. We see them having sex there, but like, who was recording it? Because as far as we know, it wasn't recorded, but we have this. That is so scary.
It's really scary. And it's like, where are they pulling this information from?
Yeah.
Like, is it only from, can you only pull, maybe they're pulling memories from dead people.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how they could do that, but they got memory. I don't know, but maybe it's memories from those who have gone on to the next life.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
Because how else would you know what that looks like?
Yeah, how else would you know? I don't know.
But then we think about like Forrest and Amaya and the blowing of the bubbles thing.
Yeah. It's weird.
We have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
We're entertained.
Yeah, we're entertained for
but we're
sure.
Still like, what exactly?
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about when the senator came. So that's when he was describing what it is that they're doing there. But it sounds like she wants to take this company off of his hands. Like, she obviously is a senator. Right. Don't they always just take everything?
Take all the credit for the good stuff and the bad stuff.
They do. Somehow they find the really smart people and they use them to their advantage.
I guess that's kind of their job.
I guess so.
The best people to do whatever needs to get done.
Yeah.
But she came in like a boss. I love that they had a black female senator.
Oh my God, I wrote that down. Right?
Fixed it.
Right. I was so happy to see it. Yeah. Oh my God, I wrote that down too. We're on the same page. We're on the same page. Okay, so let's move on. Jen, who is friends with Lily. We talked a little bit about it. I feel like Jen is a snake. But you feel like they're on the same page.
Well, I feel like before I finished episode 3, I was like, ooh, this Jen girl. Like, she is working with Kenton. She's on the bad side. I don't trust her at all. But spoiler, when they get in the car and they were like, oh, I believed you. I totally believed you. And I was like, Jen is in on it. Jen is in on it. I think Jen is a writer.
You think so?
I think Jen is helping Lily try to really figure this out because she was like, Sergei was my friend too.
And so I see that.
I trust her so far.
Part of me trusts her. But remember, like, before they went outside to talk, she was kind of like looking outside at Lily and I forget the woman.
True.
The other woman's name. And she just looked really suspicious.
She did.
I don't know.
But I felt like we were supposed to feel that way because the twist at the end, I wasn't expecting at all. Like, I thought the psychiatric stuff, I thought the sociopath, I thought all of that was real. Yeah. Until we find out that it was all not real. Because like your friend rides with you, right? Yeah. Oh, they killed our friend. Oh, we're gonna do whatever we got to do to get to the bottom of this.
I was
thankful for that part. Me too.
I hope that they're on the same team, honestly.
So you're still unsure.
I'm unsure. I feel like we're gonna find out soon, though.
Yeah, we will.
Something tells me we're gonna find. And I feel like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was also thinking about the whole Brooklyn thing that they made up together, and I was like, what does Brooklyn have to do with this? But it was all just a facade to get. At least I think it was all a facade to get Kenton off of their scent, so they could go and get that USB drive. Right.
Okay. When do you think she got this USB? Because I was thinking she must have slipped in when Lily was on the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the distraction.
Yeah. The scene was there. So Jen went and grabbed it and took it.
I must have looked away. You can't look away from this
Literally,
show.
you can't miss one frame of the show because it happens so quickly. Oh my God. It's
eyes
so in and out. Yeah, eyes glued.
Seriously. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the USB.
Okay.
So the USB has footage on it from the actual night with what really happened. And I was really nervous to see what was on the tape. I didn't know they were going to show us, to be honest.
I was thankful that we got to see it. And shout out to Jamie again. Like,
Yes.
ex-boyfriend coming through.
Yeah.
Again, right?
Yes.
He's so sweet. He's so
really
nice
sweet.
to Lily. And I appreciate him being in the show, and I appreciate how smart he is and how he saw the inconsistencies in the tape.
I know.
I mean, you've got to be a really smart, really like on top of your game type guy, and Jamie is. You know,
He's super smart.
like
and
how the flames are the same.
I know.
Like, what do you mean the flames are the flames are the same? How
He
did he
knows.
see that?
I know.
Genius level.
Literally genius level. You know, he came into her life for something.
He did.
Even though they didn't last.
Yeah, I kind of feel like since Sergei's gone and he's helping her so much, like I know this isn't a love story show, guys. Like I totally get it, but it's there, and I'm gonna milk it.
Milk it
because
until
that's
you
what I'm
can't.
holding on to. So I think maybe there'll be some continued romance between them, which I think is fine now because
I think
Sergei
so
is
too.
gone.
Yeah. Let's talk about coincidences and correlations, because I know that in my life, I tend to see things like correlate perfectly. Do you ever have those moments? Lily mentioned these and how it's weird that this happens.
But see, I thought that was all fake.
I
she was
think it
just making
is.
that up. Oh, okay.
I found some truth in it,
Okay.
because it sometimes things correlate so perfectly. They're just like, was this planned?
Yeah.
I'm like, are we in a projection right now? I'm just kidding. I don't think we're in a projection.
I don't think. I mean, I friggin' who knows?
I hope not.
Like, look, the world is literally closing down around us.
Oh my God, I know.
Who
Will a
knows?
projection be
We'll tell
that
you-
bad?
we'll
I don't
tell you-
know.
We'll talk to you about it next week.
know, right? I
It's
know,
very,
right?
very possible.
Oh God, I know. Okay. I wanted to also talk about the talk that Kenton and Forrest had in the forest.
In the forest.
At the very end, before we saw the footage, Kenton was saying how they can use her mental state
yes.
against her.
Yes, this is our ace in the hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I still think he's a bad guy. But way to go to Jen and Lily to feed him that information without him even knowing.
Right.
Right. So
True. They're
he's gonna
playing
try to
him.
play. They're playing
They're
him.
playing
And I
him.
love these smart women like beating them at their own game.
Finally.
Guys. Guys, this
Iconic.
show is not just for the boys. It is not just
No.
for the boys and like the people who are really into tech. It is for us girls too.
It really is. We're running
quite-
things
Yeah,
here.
and it's quite the drama, right?
It is.
It's
but in a
cool and
good
it's
way.
techie, but there's also like a really good love story in there. Some great character work
Oh yeah.
in this show. I mean,
I agree
these
with you.
actors are really top of the line. I mean, Lily just crushes it
I
every
know.
time. I believe her every time. I
I
believed all of
know.
all of the lies she told to Kenton.
All the lies. See,
She's
we're
dope.
confused. We don't know. We
Mhm.
don't know what's going
We're
on. They're
trying to
doing a
figure it
really
out
good
just
job.
like y'all.
Yeah. Should we pick our MVP, our most valuable
You're the
player?
real MVP.
The real MVP. We do this at the end of every show. If you're new here, we just choose our favorite character, and it could change each week.
Yeah.
Who was your character last week? Was it Lily?
Yeah,
It was Lily.
man. I can't I'm a writer. I'm a writer. So I love her even more now.
Yeah.
Just because I think she's more like smarter and even more cunning and she's just dope, man.
yeah.
And she's gonna get to the bottom of this.
Oh, she will.
And I think she's gonna turn that whole place upside down.
I can't wait.
It's
I
gonna be
can't wait
great.
for that.
Who's yours? Who's your MVP?
Ooh, I'm gonna give it to Jamie.
Jamie.
I
Oh,
think-
he's such a sweetie pie.
So sweet, and he's very valuable.
He is a very valuable character. We
Without
wouldn't know
him,
anything
We wouldn't know anything at all.
without Jamie.
No.
Shout out to the ex-boyfriends who
Man.
are still there to help.
Shout out to
when
shout
we
out to
need
next
you.
movie, right? When we need you,
Mhm.
but otherwise, it's fine. Stay where you are. Okay, let's do news really quick before we run
Yes.
out of time.
I'm dying.
Okay,
hear
so
TV news.
yes. Okay, so Sergei's character, his name is actually Carl Glusman. He spoke with TV Line recently about why Sergei actually vomited after looking at the computer screen. And he says It was like pure madness. I guess the best analogy would be, it was like, excuse me, it was like the rug had been ripped out from under you. If everything you believed, everything you understood, everything to be one way, reality or your sense of free will was just flipped upside down, how would that affect you?
What?
I know.
That's what he said? Okay, so like...
Yeah. He described it as terror. Pure terror.
Wow.
I know.
That is terrifying. Kind of
Yeah.
like what you said at the top of the show. Like,
Yeah.
what if it's all like predetermined and... Oh man, that's creepy.
I know it is.
I would
thought
have
about
probably
that
vomited
before.
too if I'd seen something like that.
It's a scary thought. And that kind of reminds me of, you know, like when people, religion is a touchy subject. But when people question religion and they're like, but you know, how could this happen? And you know, what if we find out that none of it's real? It was that feeling, that like nauseating feeling that everything you've believed all this time is just false or not.
I
real?
couldn't even imagine. I
know.
couldn't even imagine.
That's scary. I'd throw up too,
Yeah.
for sure.
But the fact that he could see that in just like numbers and codes, like,
Yeah. And what does
pretty
that look
fascinating.
like?
I don't know, but I guess he would have found, he's like Lily said, seeing a pattern that should have been random. So when
Yeah.
you start to see things that, you know, oh, I've seen that before. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Oh, this is the same thing. Why does it keep appearing when it's supposed to be sporadic? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Man.
it'll turn the smart one's antennas up. Like, wait a minute, what's happening?
I know.
So I don't
Hey.
know, but that's some juicy news.
It's some juicy news. But now we know what he saw. We were wondering all this time, but we know now.
Everything could be like up in the air.
Everything could be a lie.
Everything could be a lie.
I'm scared.
It could all be a lie.
I know.
Are we here? Is this a thing?
I know. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We always appreciate you tuning in and commenting and subscribing, liking, all that stuff. You can follow me on Instagram at Miss Tyler Simone. Until next week, where can they follow you?
I am on all social media platforms at Ashley Dior Jones. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yay. We'll see you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.